Been doing some detail work on this Royal Enfield 250 pre-unit clipper today. This is the bike that I've nicknamed the Robber, as it's a sort of cross between a rat bike, a green laner, and dare I say it, cringe, a bobber. But put it all together, and the fact that it might steal your heart, I think that the Robber is quite a good name for it actually. And today I've done some detail work on the carburettor. I've had to go right through all the jets actually, because I started it up this morning and it didn't run anywhere nearly as nicely as it had been. So I went right through that and found that there was already some goo in there, so I cleaned that out. And I've changed the throttle slide from a number 4 cutaway to a 3.5, and that's helped things a bit as well. I've made up a far more appropriate and better fitting throttle cable for it, because the one that I had on as a temporary measure had lots of slack in it and backlash, so I've taken another cable and soldered an end on it where I want it to be. Lots of little minor things today, and also the speedometer clock itself wasn't fastened into the headlamp, it was just able to sort of float around. You could just lift it out, so I've made up a clamp, I don't know whether it can be seen there, a little bracket underneath to clamp it into the headlamp shell, and I also cut and glued a section of O-ring to fit underneath the clock, so it's not sort of metal to metal. There's a bit of rubber insulation between the top of the headlamp and the underside of the clock, so it'll protect it from vibration a bit. And obviously fitted a speedometer cable. I know that the drive works, and I've already seen that the clock works, so just going to run it again now and run it through the gears and see if we can clock up a mile or so. In fact, it's already coming up from all the noughts. Obviously the clock must have been rebuilt or reset at some time, or even maybe new old stock, I don't know. Let's just get a mile or so on it and just verify that all is well. So we'll switch on now. Petrol, ignition. The back wheel is clear of the deck on the bike lift, so I'll run it up through the gears. I don't need to use the clutch. So here we go. Start him up. Into first gear. Second. And fourth. Put its first mile on the clock. I'll hopefully keep it going and we get it up to its second one. Showing just under 30 mile an hour there. It'll only take us a couple of minutes. No smoke now anyway. There's a bit of smoke from this the first couple of runs, so it seems to have settled down. That's good news. Should be getting our second mile on the clock any moment. Must have been the equivalent of from here to the shop by now. We want the equivalent of coming back again. That'll be a mile. Here it comes. And we'll go back down through the gears. Third, second, and first, finally neutral. It's a bit noisy there on the primary side. It's got a manky old primary chain which I've already ordered a new one for, and also a new secondary chain. So I missed today's post from Hitchcock's, but they should arrive the day after tomorrow. Put them on, and it should be quite a happy little bike by the time all that lot's fitted. And I've just got to sort out a front mudguard for it and put some in here. We're not having lights. And then we're almost done. So it's going to be a fun little bike. Won't be the fastest on the planet, but it'll be a nice little fun thing to muck about on, I would have thought.